For the very first time, a glimpse of the so-called Lamborghini Aventador replacement was caught cruising, likely during a test run on track. The car was seen covered in camouflage and cladding, making it difficult to make out anything on the supercar's sleek bodywork. And though the car was photographed at quite a distance, there is still plenty to talk about this unique prototype. If you are a Lamborghini lover, you might have already been aware of the fact that not just any new supercar can replace the Lamborghini Aventador, whose production run lasted for about a decade and has dominated other V12 flagship supercars, superseding all. No, not just any supercar. But if this car must be the next Lamborghini Aventador successor, then it must possess some really insane specs, altogether rendering it capable of being the world's flagship poster car for more than 10 years. So, has this car got what it takes? Well, in this video, that's exactly what we'll be talking about the crazy new 2023 Lamborghini Hybrid V12 hypercar. So, stick around and you'll find out. But first, if you'll welcome more updates on your favorite car brand or the auto world in general, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, because we constantly bring you more of the most current information about modern-day cars. Let's get right into it. The 2023 Lamborghini Hybrid possesses a super fresh design, outside of the confirmation that it is a hybrid Aventador. Some significant changes are quite visible on this car's bodywork. It almost seems to be taking on a much busier, almost brutish design. In the front, this prototype sports production headlights, which, when closely examined, are far more of sleeker design than they are on the ones present on the current model. They even appear to be sunken into the nose, as a substitute of the usual flush way they previously sat in the corners. The corner air apertures aren't necessarily reduced, but they do feature some fresh and unique aero components. Plus, the air dam present in the front also seem to boast a new, taller and thin shape. As per the side profile of this car, change hasn't really dominated. But it does have side skirts which are much bullier and well-defined than ever, and the engine's air pipes in the rear quarters are point-blank mammoth by contrast. The intakes behind the rear sector glass are now stretched further back into the rear, which gives the model a broader, more aggressive bearing. Also, at the back, this prototype features taillights which are production-ready, and an active rear spoiler that delays at swiftness. The exhaust vents sit much upper than previously, and the rear fascia has a built-in diffuser that is so aggressive that it's almost hard to tell that this is an Aventador. However, different as this hybrid might be as compared to the present Lamborghini Aventador, there are some other of its notable features which clearly shows borrowing of design and finishing off of other Lamborghini models. For example, inspirations appear to have come from 2017's Terzo Millennio concept, especially for the lights which feature Lamborghini's white theme in the taillights. The headlights meanwhile, look to feature a ribbon scheme, which is something we saw on the Terzo Millennio. Also, the scopes are similar to the Aventador, mostly as per the A-pillar and roofline, which goes further to suggest that Lamborghini is using the Aventador's carbon fiber tub for the replacement. This, in fact, makes a lot of sense given the investment in an entirely new powertrain for the car. Notably, however, while the Aventador's successor will make use of an electrified drivetrain, most of its power will be gotten from a large-capacity V12, in accordance with company boss Stefan Winkelmann's pledge to the emotive importance of its supercars. He said last year that there is a lot of emotion attached to the 12-cylinder engine, which he has acknowledged, having taken a part in the launch of the Aventador in his initial period as the boss of Lamborghini in 2011. Winkelmann assured that the electrification will not have an opposing effect on the appeal or performance of Lamborghini's flagship supercar. He said, "In terms of CO2 emissions, it is a vital change, but we are undoubtful that this is going to work." The plug-in hybrid car which will trail the Aventador will boast a V12 engine, and so the sound and the history will stay alive. This reminds us that not only is this car going to most probably be the Aventador's successor, but it will do so in style, being the first ever plug-in hybrid built by Sant'Agata, establishing the tendency for an electrification pursuit, which in the coming years, will also see the Huracan and Urus go down the same path. Winkelmann also promised that engineers will labor to reconfigure the navigation, suspension, brakes and aerodynamics to lessen the inescapable mass gain produced by an electrified drivetrain. Also, though the new supercar will still use a V12, Lamborghini has stated that it will be an all-new engine distinct to that used by the Aventador. It will be made to accommodate well with the up-to-date emissions regulations, Winkleman said, a no doubt pricey pledge, but a worthwhile one, given that the V12 is part of the DNA of the Halo car. For background, the non-electrified Aventador Ultimi tips the scales at 1,550 kg dry, in contrast with the closely linked Lamborghini Sián Hybrid's 1,645 kg. Significantly, however, the electrified portion of the Sián's drivetrain takes form of a low-output supercapacitor, which will, without a doubt, be considerably lesser in weight than the Aventador successor's PHEV system. At this point, the thick camouflage draping the model makes it hard to see the major designing cues and variances from the Aventador, but new quad-exit exhausts, light cluster designs and air intakes are visible. The interior of this hypercar is yet to be seen, as no images have surfaced to portray them. However, you can anticipate it to be a thorough retreat from the present Aventador's compartment. While the Aventador is undoubtedly an exceptional abode to sit, you can also make out that the design is over a decade years old now. Expect to see extra screens in the new model, with several design cues coming probably from the fresher Urus SUV. Although the price of this vehicle is yet to be known, which is not exactly a surprise, seeing the car has no official name yet, you can expect it to thrust well into the six figures. It is projected to go on sale in 2023, so you may see it debut in the spring next year. So you stuck around, hey? Then I bet you found it worth it. What do you think? Is the Aventador's replacement worthy? Let us know what you think in the comments section. If you found this information useful, please do well to click the subscribe button as well as the thumbs up reaction, so you never again miss a video on modern day cars.